it. Give me more, give me more, give me more. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, y'all. And this is your podcast host, Charlie Brixton. And with me, like orange juice is to toothpaste, but you forget all with some vodka, some tequila, and the margaritas later on at noon, comedian Katie Bogart. Oh my gosh. Yes.
I have to interrupt because I have to bring up because I don't feel like a lot of people might know that's you singing in the intro song.
Yes, this is what happens when you record 3 o'clock in the morning and you're very happy. That is me in the intro. Once upon a time, I used to do things like that.
Still, right? People are still listening to it. So.
Hey, one day I'll do the full release of that song. It's really funny.
It is.
I go to all my lipsticks and all my cunts, to all my thugs, to all my punks. Ow. Oh, it's totally, yeah. I put some glitter stuff on it. How are you, girl?
I'm good.
Good. I'm good too. It's a beautiful day in New York City. I want to lie and say it's sunny and shiny, but it's not. It's raining.
We have seasons here.
We have seasons of love, seasons of, what is that from? Oh, that's from
Rent.
Yeah. Oh, which is going to be up after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
The real Rent.
Rent.
I have to admit something about Rent. When I first watched it as a high school student, I was amazed, love it. I was like, 365, yes. And then I saw it as an adult who paid rent. And I was so mad watching it. And I'm like, why do they think that they don't have to?
Right. You privileged yuppies. I get it. I know that pissed me off too. I was like, yes, as you walk around with your $3,200, shredded, Giuseppe, whatever. It's really, sir, yeah, you're so poor.
We don't have to pay. That's not true. You do. You do have to pay.
Damn it. Pay your rent. Damn it. All right, folks. Good rant. So the topic today is, and she said, lose it already. That's the topic. Lose it already. So, for those who follow me on my IG, it's getting like regular getting with the number 2, the THE. On my IG, I recently went to my hometown, Miami. I didn't cry. No crying. It was great. It's my hometown. So I'm hanging out. I see family. Everyone says, oh, you look good, girl. You look good. I'm walking through family. They're like, oh my gosh, you're beautiful, Charlie. And then I get to my auntie. And she just stares at me. And she's like, when you gonna lose it already? Boom. Have you ever seen the Ally McBeal, this is back in the day, the episode where there's hearts shooting at her chest?
Oh, I can imagine.
100 times. That's what I felt like. I was like, bam, I crashed. My whole world crashed.
Yeah.
How could you say that?
Because if they don't follow your Instagram, you have recently lost 70 pounds.
Yeah. 2 pounds more. Yep. 70 pounds. Yeah. And so I'm feeling all accomplished. So can you imagine going home and you're thinking, and then your auntie just crashes it for you? Family would do it all the time. But I did have to realize that 4 months ago, I was also in Miami, right? And I looked kind of the same. I was 68 pounds lighter. So I guess 4 months later, I didn't gain weight, but I looked the same.
Yeah.
Isn't
that so it's, you don't see anyone for a long time, and when you're going through that transformation, and you see them and you just get compliments.
Give me to me, praise me.
And you're finally, for the first time, keeping balance.
Yeah.
And you still look as good as you did. Compliments.
Beautiful.
But you don't get as many because they're like, and there's also,
this bitch looks the same.
Which is great.
Yeah.
Which is a great compliment, because it's also, that's your whole thing, is you're not doing these crazy diets. No. You're not focused on one, you're not wiring your mouth shut and then losing all this weight and then 3 months later gaining it. You've created a new lifestyle.
I don't want to take the lingerie pic. We'll talk about that later. Word.
So your aunt says to you, just lose it already. And I'm a little confused about what that means. Just lose it already. Just get big again, or lose more weight?
She wants me to lose more weight. She's like, she knows that in my head, right? It's like, they always say the people who are sometimes the meanest to you are the ones who know you more. Like that they can cut through you. They can cut through your bullshit. And she looked at me and she saw me, and she knows that somewhere deep in my head, I'm like, and yeah, I want to finish it. I want to drop maybe 40 more pounds, 50 pounds and I'm good. Maybe that could be too much, but I want to finish it. And the reason why I was triggered by this, let's see, a week before I went down to Miami, as you know, we staged a bootleg photo shoot. I was opening my IG account and I was like, oh shit, Katie, I have no pictures. I have nothing in a dress. Because I realized this whole journey, I wasn't taking like before or after shots, I was living like a regular person, like not taking pictures. And I got frustrated. I called my friends over. Remember, I was like, let's do this. And I had all these dresses and I put on this one dress and my whole, I want to say self-esteem, but if I did work out, if I did lose the weight, when I looked at myself in that picture, I couldn't tell. Like my whole world came crashing down. I felt like I dreamed everything. Like I put on this goddamn dress. It looked like I had a bowling ball in between my tits. And I was like, God damn, am I delusional? Was this a dream? Did this happen to me? Like, and I'm not sure if you guys can tell, but my energy just dropped. I was over it.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely didn't seem as present, and leading up to it, it was like this excitement.
Yeah.
And that day, it was like, oh.
Like, oh, shit. Yeah, it got me. And the fact that I even had that thought, people say, oh, people go through this all the time. You know what? Screw you. I don't want to go through this all the time. I don't want that to be normal. I don't want to be insecure. I don't want to have that feeling. I don't need to have that feeling. I want to work on not having that goddamn feeling. Right?
Well, and isn't that so beautiful? Because the thing is no matter what, you probably are going to have an insecurity.
Yeah.
But isn't it great to learn, oh, wait a minute, I'm just feeling like this because I'm insecure. How do I get out of it?
Yeah.
The best thing about life is like, you're never going to be perfect, And if anyone ever tells you you're perfect, they're liars. They're lying to you.
Damn it. Okay.
But the thing is it's when you have any sort of feeling like anger or insecurity or being upset, your goal in life is not to not have those feelings. It's to shorten the time that you're feeling it.
Mm-hmm. I love that, shortening time so you can switch up and feel something else good.
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm feeling insecure. What are tools? What are ways that I can now make myself feel good?
Yeah. I'm with you, girl. And that night I drank more vodka.
Yeah.
That was fine after that. I was
That's
like,
a tool.
That's right. If you are coming in for health, I don't know, folks. Like, don't listen to us on like how to remedy health and feel good. We'll lead you left. Sorry, we live in New York City. Shit gets really been toxic here, but we're happy people. We swear it, right? Like I juice. But no. So yes, I felt insecure. And I went home to Miami, and she said that, and it was something interesting in her. Because I'm not going to tell her business, but, she's in her 60s and she went through a huge transformation herself medically. And so if this would have been me, Charlie, from 2 years ago, I would have been like, oh my gosh, she's so mean. I hate her, And then when she looked at me in disgust, it was like, just lose it already. I saw the urgency in her eye, I felt like, she's like, look, kid, I don't want you to experience what I went through. This is a woman who's in her 60s who still thinks about her weight. She got, different surgeries or whatever. And I just saw it in her eyes. She's like, you can't be like me. Like she wanted me to be happy. And that was her way of saying it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That struck something at me to the point where when I was fabulously sitting on the rooftop family patio, basking in the sun and trying to shake a coconut tree at the same time, it made me want to reassess what I've been doing, on this journey. Like, can I try a little bit more? Can I be a little bit more disciplined? And what was very important for me, when I heard her, I got scared because I was like, okay, yeah, I do have to lose it. But then I was like, oh shit, did I just give myself a diet? Right? You told me something. You were like, oh, Charlie, you're so good. You don't have to worry about, being on the wagon. And I'm like, nah, because I've never got on the wagon. This whole journey was not about a diet. I did not force myself to go to the gym. I did not force myself. I did everything to feel good, right?
You're making a lifestyle change.
Yeah. But I'm freaked out right now because with my aunt saying that, it's like, oh shit, I got to lose it. Now I'm talking in pounds, and I'm like, oh, so I'm trying to find this balance where I do want to realign myself. I don't want to take away. I want to add, to whatever I've been doing to make me feel good.
And I think that's a very natural, great thing. When we talk about transformations, you start out, when you first lost 10 pounds, that probably felt different than when you lost 20 pounds.
Yeah.
Because it's, and then when you hit 50, because once you lost 20, when you lost 10 pounds, you might have been like, I did it. I lost 10 pounds. I feel great.
Yeah.
Well, but what would it feel like to do 20?
Yeah.
And even though you weren't putting pounds, there was a sense of knowing, how your clothes fit. And then once you hit 20, you might have been like, well, now I'm going to lose 50.
Yeah.
And then you felt good and you're enjoying your life and you're doing these transformations. You started this podcast.
Yeah. Girl, the fact I was able to sit in an airplane in the middle seat and not feel uncomfortable. Ladies, man, I don't give a damn. You know what I'm talking about for those who are heavier. The thought of sitting in the middle seat on an airplane, like everyone take a minute. Take a minute and just see yourself in the middle seat. The fact that I was able to sit now in a middle airplane seat and I don't freak out because I'm not spreading over my seat. That's some good shit. That's like a relief, like the fact that I can go on the Nitro roller coaster and get the thing and have it closed and not get up and everyone look at me because I can't get on the ride anymore. The fact that I can ride it, it's amazing. Like I'm really enjoying my life. I love everything that's happening right now, and it's like, but I was knocked off my high horse a little bit.
Good.
Right? Good. Okay. That's important, right? Because they said when you're comfortable, you can't get out of your comfort zone. You can't really, you're right. Yeah. Good.
I think as a society, we look at criticism as being bad when criticism is necessary.
Yeah.
How are we supposed to grow? If we think we're doing everything right, then why would we change it? We need to know when we're doing something that's not beneficial for us.
Yeah.
And sometimes we can't look at ourselves inwardly. It's good to, that's ultimately the goal, but I don't think it's wrong. I mean, my grandmother had a very sharp tongue with us. I mean, I'll never forget being 12 years old and her giving me a sweat into the oldies video to work on my problem areas, my thighs, and then coming back to visit and taking the video and saying, well, I'm going to take this back because I can tell you're not using it.
Grandma's kind of it.
Yeah.
Oh, it sounds like one of my moves. Like,
but ultimately, she loved all of us, and all of her grandchildren have stories and all of her daughters have stories, but she loved us. And that was just one of her ways to show her love.
Isn't that amazing? So guys, don't get mad at your grandma when she call you fat. She probably hates it.
You probably need to hear it and maybe not eat that bag of chips.
Right. But if it triggers you, then there's something within that, right? Whatever that is.
And that's the thing. Yeah.
But let me be honest, because criticism is different. Like my mom, for example, my mom, we have such an interesting relationship, but I threatened her when I was 24 years old. I'll never forget. Because my mom, since I felt like I was born, I have like, oh, Charlie, you got to lose weight. You're too fat. You're too this. You're too this. You're too that. To, oh, you didn't get this because you're too heavy. You didn't get this audition because you're too this. So I've been hearing this. So at 24, I'm in New York City. I'm independent. And then my mom calls me. And she's like, oh, Charlie, how are you? How have you been working on this weight? And, because maybe you're too. And I was like, look, and I was crying. And I was like, I will never reach out to you again. We will never speak if you bring up my weight one more time. It's killing me. It's breaking me down. It's been 24 years. I can't take this anymore. I am 13,000 miles away from you. And the first thing you bring up is my weight. I told my mom that. I was like, we're done. If you break, and she hasn't brought it up anymore. Right? So I can see where criticism is a good thing. And then I can see where it's like, enough.
Yeah.
Like, enough. You know, tell me one time, I get it. But this can't be my, you need to lose weight, can't be my new name.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you need to lose weight. Hey, you need to lose weight. Hey, you need to lose weight. Hey, like, stop it. And I had to tell it to my own mom.
Well, it's understanding, you know, I think that's important. Like if you are around people who are criticizing you, is it providing you growth? Is it fueling your rocket? Or is it causing glut and insecurities and bringing you down?
Yeah. I mean, for, you know, the friends out there that have your girlfriends, you know, you guys are hanging out and, you know, that girlfriend's like, oh, girl, just take what you can get because, you know, you're a little bit too, you know, I always think of those kind of friends. Or you have those friends. When I was on this journey, I had you know what, I'll call her more of an associate. She's a great girl, but not necessarily a friend. She would say, oh, don't lose too much weight. Your face is going to change. You know, you're going to have a big head. You're going to look like Jennifer Hudson. And I'm like, Jennifer Hudson looks good as hell to me. And she was telling me, don't lose weight, where she was like on Weight Watchers and like calling, mind you, she's like a thin woman, but she was like on Weight Watchers and dieting. And it's like, you're telling me to not lose weight. But I see you make posts about fat women. I see you make fun of fat women. I see that you have put your own post saying someone murder me if I gain this much weight. You get it? And you're telling me not to lose weight because my head's going to look big? Girl, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, it's weird. It can get strange, you know?
Yeah, that's very dangerous. That's, you know, why do you want me to be the thing that you're obviously afraid of and you hate?
Oh, yeah. Do you hate me?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know when people are like, oh, I have haters. I don't believe in that. I try my best not to think that we're jealous people or people around me is going to be jealous or whatever. I try not to get that mind state, but I'm very cautious of what I listen to sometimes.
Yeah.
Right? I'm going to be open at listening, but sometimes I want to be like, is this careful, you know? So where am I? Like, where's Charlie Brookson right now? Making my new assessment, right? What am I adding on? Because y'all, I want to lose this shit. Like, Aunty, I get you. Like, I want to be done with it already. You know, I want to be done. I don't want excess fat. And what I've realized about excess fat, when I think about excess fat, no, because I ate this, no. I think of excess fat like all the stress, all the grief, all the not knowing, you know? And I feel like every time that shit sheds, clarity happens. So yeah, I want to be done with it. So what I'm going to do is I want to add, like, for example, I get up in the morning, I make my tea, I maybe work out for 20 minutes, 30 minutes to warm my body up. I'm going to give it an hour. You know, I want to give it an hour. I'm going to try my best to start getting up at 5:30, 6 o'clock, but I want to feel good doing that. I'm going to take one of your diet plays. It's everything. Well, not really, but, so Katie, you have this best diet system where you are a fruitarian. Oh yeah. And mind you, people, like it's so cool. So go ahead, talk about your fruitarian thing.
I'm a fruitarian because I haven't bought meat in years.
But the bitch will eat it though. But when will you eat it?
I'll eat it. So I work at a place where sometimes we are provided meals, and if there's meat in there, and it all actually started because I've been vegetarian on and off for over 20 years. And I remember one time when I was real serious about it, I went out to someone's house for dinner. And I was going as an acquaintance, so it was the first time I was even meeting these hosts, and they had only provided chicken. It was like a chicken Parmesan lasagna thing, and that was the meal. And I remember eating it so guilty, but I was like, I would feel more guilty not being gracious to this host than like sticking to like not eating meat.
No, I get it.
And so through that, I started to realize like, oh, I can be a fruitarian and I don't have to provide, because I mean, I think I'm not against meat eating. Yeah. I'm against our standards.
I understand.
I think they can be better.
Well, the funny thing, Andre 3000, there was just a quote about him. He said that he is recently transferred out of vegan because he thinks it's a very cruel way to be with friends. To eat it. I was like, oh, that makes sense. So for me, I'm taking the thing out your play where I'm only technically going to eat meat if I'm going out, if I'm drunk or something, which happened. No. So maybe like 4 days, 5 days out the week, I'll just go back to where I was eating before: avocados, salad, you know, fun stuff, kind of chill away from the meat. Because when I think of meat, I like myself fried. So I like my fried wings, my ribs. Stay away from that shit. I won't have any fried foods. Like, this is how my brain works. So I'm going to be more conscious about my nutrition. And I'm also going to step up my weight training. I feel like I've been a heavy cardio bunny, which I love. But all right, I need to put some squats and deadlifts. So I'm hoping, which I know with this regimen, I'll be able to burn more. Because I'm thinking about more burning, you know, this summer, girl. Like I tell you guys, I'm getting to the pussy, but I want my coffee table and it's going to be amazing. Like, I don't want to suck it. I don't want to suck it in. I just want to be like, I'm here. You know, right now I'm sucking it in. That's how I'm getting to the pussy. But I really, really want to get to the pussy. So those are my new goals, folks.
Where you can just look down and see it.
Right. Like, hey, girl. Hey. Like, okay, so when I think of Amber Rose inspired me, she, no, we're talking about shaving. But she did a really cool airplane thing with her vagina recently. It was amazing. And I was like, I want to be like Amber Rose. I want to do an airplane strip and just pose. Like, goals. These are my goals, people. You should have your own personal goals, but these are my goals. God damn it. All right, folks. So this is my new assessment. Check me out at IG. Check out the journey. Katie will be with me because I know she has her own things to go to. And so, folks, at the end of the day, let's not get mad at our family members for giving us criticism, different things like that. Sometimes that's what you need to change it. And yes, Auntie, I am going to lose those last 50 pounds, girl. Watch me on IG. I'm getting to the pussy. We love you, man, female, women, amoeba, trans, Katie and I, Charlie and Katie. We love you guys, and we'll see you next episode. Ew. Do you like it?